How much do you truly comprehend about life and death, about mortality, immortality, eternal life, the soul, the human spirit, and spiritual development? Let's begin in this very moment. An image of you in the present, where past and future intertwine. You, a human, are a cosmic gem, part matter, part spirit, a multidimensional, divine being having a sensory experience on planet Earth. The power we hold, individually and collectively, is vast. We are co-creators of divine will, carriers of divine essence. Within you burns a spark of the holy fire, some blazing bright, some glowing softly like an ember. But it is there. Now I ask you this. What do you truly own that is yours? 1,000 years from now, will the house you live in still stand? Where is the lake you swam in as a child? Is anything on this planet yours? Really? Expect your spirit? And when your body returns to dust on the wind, where will your soul be? Will it walk the earth again, or journey through other dimensions, perhaps new universes? The truth is, the only thing we truly possess is our free will and our human spirit. The reflection you see when you look into your own eyes, soul and spirit. Everything else we borrow. Your soul, the nearest teacher you can ever have, waits for you to listen, that gentle voice in your heart. Tune into its glowing wisdom. Hear the soft voice of guidance and let its light shine through you. You are, and at the same time, are not your soul. You look at the world through its awareness, yet when your time on earth ends, the soul and spirit both depart the home you call your body. The soul continues its evolution. The spirit moves wherever your vibration carries it. The heaviness or lightness of your heart determines whether you rise into higher realms or descend into denser astral levels. Death is an illusion. You leave your body behind. Unless you become a highly awakened master, remembering how to transform it into light, pure, flowing energy, as was done in the ages before the Matrix, before the soul traps were placed upon humanity. Your consciousness continues, unchanged. In ancient Atlantis and Chem, this force, what we now call gravity, was understood deeply. When you feel sad, hopeless, or lost, you sense heaviness. Your energy is pulled toward the earth. When you are in love, joyful, and free, you feel as though you could fly, because your energy vibrates higher. This same dynamic applies to the soul. A soul that has lived beautifully and grown spiritually will rise naturally toward the source, the creator of all. A soul heavy with hatred will descend toward the silver lake in the earth's core, a sacred harbor where it rests and prepares for another incarnation. The spirit and soul are not the same. Your soul has lived across past, present, and future, while your spirit belongs to this lifetime. Your awareness, your consciousness, is a merging of the soul's echo with your rational mind. When death arrives, soul and spirit separate. The soul journeys onward, the spirit follows vibration. That's why living a life of spiritual growth is essential. For mastery of this realm depends on understanding the soul and leaving fear behind. The only thing that is truly yours is your choice, your growth, the reflection staring back from the mirror. But there's a darker secret. Some souls have fallen into shadow, drunk on power, corrupted by desire. At the end of Atlantis, crystal technology was weaponized, used against the law of one. Many of those souls held great positions in priesthood, in governance, and their hunger for control created imbalance. These energies learned to mask their forms. Only when sound frequency tools were used to unmask did their nature become visible. Their attempts to open stargates to the lower astral realms led to Atlantis's fall, leaving only fragments, like the Azores and Canary Islands, as echoes of the past. Some of these dark souls learned to bypass the Archons' soul recycling matrix, keeping memory and ego intact across lives through their occult power. They still gather in the shadows of influence, behind thrones, corporations, and empires, weaving the illusion of control. Now, let's speak of the Archons and the Matrix. The Matrix is not about escaping poverty, buying a sports car, living for material items, judging others by their bank balances, or embodying the illusory power of money, lust, and the creation of a swollen ego. That's just the illusion of duality, the pendulum swing. As the Hermetic principle of rhythm states, everything flows, out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall, rhythm compensates. To move from lack to abundance means nothing spiritually if you remain attached. The true matrix binds through greed, lust, power, vanity, and pride, traps that keep souls spinning in circles. While on the pendulum swing in reverse direction, lack of self-worth, self-sabotage, and grief are equally harmful. It's the same trap, the same matrix. When a human dies, the soul rises toward the source. If the heart is light, it passes the ancient measure, the heart weighed against the feather, and ascends. But the Archons have built a trap, the 8th level illusion. It begins with a tunnel of white light, where beings matching your belief system appear, all to coax your permission for reincarnation and to return you to the matrix. To transcend it, there is one key, the pineal gland. When fully awakened, your soul can pass beyond the illusion, back to the kingdom of heaven, unbound and aware. The Archons hold no true power. They can only deceive. When the human spirit leaves the body, it carries only the knowledge it gained. If you lived focused on the material, that is all you bring. But if you have evolved your spirit, walked with your soul, in union with the Creator, you carry divine awareness forward. Evolving is the only way to dissolve the Archon's trap. As humanity awakens and truth spreads, their structure collapses like a house of cards. Because we are, and have always been, far more powerful than they are. The fall of humanity came from forgetting our vastness, and by repetition of that false narrative. But once you remember that you are an eternal being having a sensory experience, the illusion begins to crumble. The only trick that ever worked was to make you believe you are less than you truly are.